Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is your zip code freak, Matt Shiny here in the 9205 zip code here in Southern California at the ZCF Studios. And the zip code for this video is still in the state of New York. 14740, Gerry, New York, in Chautauqua County, the westernmost county in New York State. Right on the Pennsylvania border, pretty much. Gerry is a hamlet within the town of Gerry. And it's about 68.4 miles southwest of Buffalo. It's actually closer to Erie, Pennsylvania than it is to Buffalo. Today it has 1,344 people living in about 25 square miles. So it's pretty rural and pretty close-knit and yet spread out at the same time. I suspect a lot of the land is either given over to agriculture or is uninhabited. We'll talk about that in a moment with some of the events here. The area was settled by European types about 1810. The town was formed in 1812, shrunk a little bit when other towns were formed from it and pulling land from it. Right at present day Gerry is $64,853 per year is the income. And I was not really able to get some things, but there are two events that take place here that would be probably of interest to most people. Rodeo, they have every year. They've had it since 1945. Of all places, you wouldn't expect to find rodeos in New York State, but there's one here. And also a Scandinavian folk festival. I'm guessing the rodeo dates back or hails from some origins of something cattle related that used to be here at one time. It's a remnant of it. I'm sure it's a moneymaker for the surrounding community because it's rural, and as is a Scandinavian folk festival. There are a few famous people from here. Actually, the first famous person wasn't from here. It was the person for whom this place was named, a man by the name of Eldridge Gerry, who was the 5th VP of the United States. I believe he served under Monroe, because Monroe is the 5th president. And I realize that sometimes presidents have more than one VP. But Gerry was the guy for whom gerrymandering was named because of how the districts that he ended up forging for his own election and from his own state when he was a representative before he was vice president looked. Someone once said that his district looked like a salamander on the map, and they took the name of the amphibian and joined it with Gerry's name, and that's how gerrymandering came to be. So this is the man for whom this town was named. A couple famous people, though. John Schofield, who was a Civil War figure. Dates are 1831 to 1906. He was Secretary of War under both Benjamin Harrison and Grover Cleveland. He started his military career in 1853 and was a leading figure in some Civil War battles. They called it back then the Secretary of War, which he was earlier, and then he was a lieutenant general and the commanding general of the U.S. Army from 1888 to 1895 when he retired. A figure that's closer to the present day was Hugh Bedient, 1889 to 1965, played baseball from 1912 to 1915. He was a World Series guy from 1912. He was a champion when he was playing, I believe it was the Boston Red Sox. Then later he played for the Buffalo Blues. He was born in Gerry as well. And but most of his life, after baseball, he was a farmer in not this town, but another town, Jamestown. He's died and buried in a place called Poland, not that far away from here. So apple eventually comes back to the tree, I guess. Anyway, because this is a semi-geographical channel, we will talk about weather. Right now, because summer's coming on, it's 69 degrees, 63% humidity, low of 53 tonight. Monday, high of 84, low of 64, sunny. Tuesday, high of 84, low of 69, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. And then Wednesday, high of 81, low of 71, thunderstorms. Something we don't get much around here in these parts, where you have warm weather and rain. That's what you get with the Mediterranean climate, whereas they have a continental climate, warm summer. They being Gerry. So 14740 Gerry, New York in Chautauqua County. If you like, hit like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.